Hi, happy St. Patty's Day. Brent with AOB here. We're doing our $1 million challenge again this morning. We're going to do the same format. I'm going to try to do the same format pretty much every day to give you guys a little bit something different for us to test out strategies and at the same time hit our goal. So I tried 3 strategies yesterday. We didn't even get close to 3 strategies. We're going to see if we can get through 2 strategies today. And whatever we don't get to our 1,000, we're going to bump over to 9 streets or 5 double streets and get to our goal if it's at all possible. So we'll see what happens. Right now, we are doing a strat that we call Scouser, submitted by our Mr. David Scouser, Scouse House. You might see him on other channels. He submitted his strats all over. So today we're going to make it David's Day, D-Day, David's Day, and we're going to do 2 strategies by him if we have time. Now, if you're a zero hero chaser, you're going to like both his strategies because he likes covering the 0. So you can see here, we got the 0 and the 2 covered. So let's look at this diagram real quick. And what we have here is, and it'll be better when we get up back to full screen here. We got 2 units on the 0-2. We got 2 units on 3 streets, the 10th street, the 19th street, and the 28th street. Okay. Let's pull this up so you can see it higher here. And we'll talk about the payouts. Okay. And let's take this to roulette so we can get a better accurate. I'm running a game in the background, so this don't pay attention to this graph. Look at the net game. So we have 2 units. In this case, our units are 50 cents. We got 2 units on the 0-2, 2 units on the 10, 19, and 28, and 3 units on these 4 corners, okay? 3 units on these 4 corners. Now, the corners are going to pay 7 units, okay? So in this case, $3.50 because we're doing 50-cent units. The streets only pay 4 units. All right, let's see where this lands up. That's just a complete whack. And I believe we're going to calculate, I believe if you hit the 0-2, which is a small jackpot banger, I believe these pay 16 units. We'll do the math here in just a second, but I believe that's a little profit. That's a little jackpot of 16 units. Not so little considering the amount we got down there. Okay. So it's a pretty 28 number system. We got 4 corners, right? 4 corners at 4, that's 16, plus another 12, that's 28, 29, 30, 30 number system. So we're doing a 30 number system. It's essentially 5 double streets, but the payouts are different. So you get some that are a little higher, some that are a little lower, and then you get one jackpot section, which is the 0-2, those 2 numbers. All right, let's see what we can get here. 15, that's another full whack. All right, here we go. We're going to just keep martingaling it up, and we're going to keep it at this size bet until we get to recovery. I just wanted you to see the base bet. When we get going, we're going to have to increase this substantially if we're going to have any chance of getting up to anywhere close to 1,000 on these strats. I just had my coffee this morning with a little Bailey's Irish cream. It's only 9:30 here. 9:30 in the morning. So still early for me. So we'll see what a little Bailey's if I'm zonked out during our live stream. All right, there's a corner hit. That's good. We needed a corner. If you hit the corners, we're going to recover quicker because those pay 7 units. Again, don't pay attention to the graph because stake does a terrible time. Even though we're choosing only roulette, the graph is going to show all games that you're playing, even though the profit and loss for this will just be roulette. So we are at minus $7 still. So we need another good hit here and we'll get on it. So I'm going to recover here and then we're going to increase our bets. Again, we will probably go to $5 units. Okay. $5 units and see what that does. And again, we're doing 2 units on the 0-2, 2 units on the streets and 3 units on these 4 corners. All right. What do we got here? 8. All right. That's a good hit. That's a corner. That's exactly where we wanted to be. All right, let's increase this bad boy up to $5 units. We're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's a $105 bet. Oh, I got 20 up there. That is wrong. Let's hope we can hit that 20 up there. I'm still getting used to my cool new Ergo mouse. So I'm getting used to the sensitivity on it. So it's a little bit, and my mouse pad is really, down here is really tiny. So I need to adjust my mouse pad. All right, there's a 17. That's a good hit right there. Would have been even better if we hadn't put 4 units up there. All right, here we go. Let's repeat the bet. Let's pull this 20 down. And let's repeat it with 3 units. All right, so we got the 3 units here. Our units being $5. We've got 2 units on the 3 streets and the 0-2. Let's go and save this one. And we are going to save that one as Scouser High. Scouser High. We'll just call it Scouser Big. All right, these are $105, $100 actually, 100 even Steven. So this pays 4 units. So this will give us $20 profit. You can see we made 120, covering 30 numbers. So you got the same coverage as a 5 double street with the added. Now on 5 double street, if you want to, instead of covering a 6 numbers with the double street here, you can always cover this basket here that covers 0, 1, 2, 3. You're covering 4 numbers instead of 6, but this, if you like covering the 0, and today, the reason why we're doing 0 coverage is 0's green. It's St. Patrick's Day. So we're going to be covering the 0 all day, no matter what we play, even if it's only with 1 unit or whatnot. All right, here we go. So this is doing well for us so far. We just need to hit some corners, and lovely 0-2 would be a great. That returns, remember, I believe this returns 16 units. So 16 times 5 would be $80. So that would be a nice little $80 profit right there. So let's go. I hope you guys are having a good St. Patrick's Day so far. We're into this bad boy, 7 minutes. I'm trying to keep these videos right around 15 minutes long for your viewing pleasure so that you have to fast forward even less. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button down below. I'd really appreciate it. It helps our channel grow, helps our channel get out there in front of folks. So just do me a solid and get up there if you like what you see. All right, there's a complete whack. All right, that's $100 in the hole. Let's see if we can make it up. We are going to play the martingale version of it. Like I said, I've played this both martingale and just going up 1 unit. And of course, you can do that with industry. Now, when you go up 1 unit, the downside on this one of going up 1 unit, as well as other ones, but because these numbers here, you have 9 numbers that only pay, they pay less, almost half of what the corners do, right? 4 versus 7 units. Recovery, especially if you only go up 1 unit, can be a bit of a tough sledding to get back. So I prefer martingaling and trying to hit one of these corners or a combination, but that's the downside to some of these. All right, we hit a corner. That's great. That still doesn't get us back to recovery. All right, but we're 47 up. Let's see if we can grab another one. In this case, you could also, as with most strategies, you can bring your progressions back down to base bet after you win the first one and hope that you get a couple more corner hits or you get a 0. But if you hit these streets, recovery is a little bit longer. And this is kind of indicative of David's style, his MO, modus of operandi, if we will. So tracking him, I can look at a strategy and go, that's got David's signature all over it. David's signature 1, they usually cover the 0. He likes covering the 0. Number 2, there's usually some hits that are significantly less, but then you usually have some that are significantly more. And of course, like I said, he covers the 0. So far, so good. So that's kind of David's MO, if you will. So we'll keep playing this out and see how it goes. Where are we at now? We're up $117. We're doing okay. And we're at 9 minutes and 21 seconds. We're at 9 minutes and 21 seconds. Am I taking that long to get going? I think we've been playing. Well, I guess we got 13 spins under us. I'm trying to get this going and underway as quickly as possible for you guys. So I think actually moving forward, I think even testing 2 strategies. There's another corner hit. That's what we want. Even testing 2 strategies might be a bit much in the 15 to 20 minute time frame that we're trying to climb to $1,000. It would be probably easier if I decided to set a target of $500 for these, so you can just see and get up to 500. The reason I'm going to go with 1,000 is it's going to provide you with a little excitement when I increase my bets with 5 double streets or 9 streets and see if we can't shore up the end really quickly. I'm not going to chase too hard. So if we get down below on those 5 double streets when we're trying to wrap it up, we'll just end it up. Like I said, I already played a little this morning. We're already up a little over $2,000. So we've already hit our daily goal times 4. Okay. 4 times over our daily goal. That's a 23. That's another corner hit. Beautiful. Beautiful. Remember, we want our corner hits. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Those pay $35 in this case, 7 units. Our units are $5. That's $35. If we go here to the challenge here, let's pull this up. We go by month. We are in We are in March right now. So our per daily goal is $500. We only need to be up at 33,000 only. We need to be up in profit at least 33,000 by the end of this month. Okay. And instead we are up $52,000. So we're almost double where we're supposed to be. And I foresee that we will be double by the time we get up there. All right. That's a complete whack. All right. We're going to martingale again. I actually want to see this lose a couple times for you guys. As I've always said, it's not if you can win. To me, my decision when I look at a strategy and I decide to play it, obviously there's what's your profit level versus your risk and your bankroll, but it's how well does it recover from being down? It doesn't matter if we're winning, and you look at that strategy and go, oh, this is great. Look, it's winning. Because that's the honeymoon of a new strategy. How many times did that happen to you? I know it's happened to me a million times where you look at a new strategy and for whatever reason, you go try it out and it's like printing money. And you're like, I am on to something now. I am on to something now. And then you realize after you play it 3 or 4 times, you got your hopes up. Then all of a sudden you get on this losing streak and you're like, holy crap. And you didn't realize the recovery was such a bear. So I would prefer that we get a couple losses here. Like I would like to lose on this one here. Again, the graph is not accurate, but this number is up here, 127. I'd like us to lose a couple and see just what it's like to get in recovery. And that's the one little advantage of these banger 0-2 jackpot numbers is that if you burn down and you get lucky enough to hit those, you're doing well. All right, here we go. 5, that's another corner hit. So that's a great recovery number. That's what we wanted to see. We wanted to hit those. All right, we're going to go back to it and play it. And at the very end here, I'm just going to show you what we'll show tomorrow. But it was intended to be played for our Lucky Charms session here on St. Paddy's Day. I'll show you the other one because this was supposed to be David's day here that I was showing his 2 strats. That he submitted a bunch. They're basically variations of addition strat, which is great, right? They're variations. These 2 are really the only ones that I actually care for in terms of that I would actually play short sessions with. I can't even talk today. Short sessions with. All right, there's the 3 unit hit. All right, where we're at, we are at 13 minutes already. So we are at $217. We're going to give this another go. We're going to do one more go here, and then I'm just going to show you his other strategy and explain it, but I will play it. We'll take a rain check on that, and we'll play it later on. I don't know why I woke up this morning, and I remembered a joke my dad made. I think I told you guys this one a long time ago when I first started, but I just thought about it. And for those of you who don't know, my dad passed last April, so we're coming on his 1 year. 1 year ago he passed. See where we? Oh, I was hoping we were going to get a 0, but we hit a 35, which is still good. Okay, I'm going to show you the other strat from David, and he calls this Moneymaker. Okay, let me explain it to you. So basically, this is a 28 number system. It's a riff on 9 streets, pretty much. So what you got is you've got 20 units on low. Now you can flip this thing completely around. I'll show you what I'm talking about if you want to cover it reverse. But you got 20 units on low. In this case, our units are 10 cents. Okay. You got 20 units on low. You got 6 units on this 25 to 28 double street. And you got 5 units on this 34 street right here. Then you got 1 unit on 0 and 2 Okay, that's a banger number. So 34, 35, I haven't gotten to that. That's his banger. So I told you that David's MO is having a couple numbers or a couple sections that have real good. This here, these numbers 25 through 30 pay half of what everything else does. And then 1 through 18 pays lower. So obviously you want this first. You want to hit somewhere down in here second. Obviously 0-2 is covered by the 2 is covered by the low. So you want to hit 0-2. And then last but not least, this 25-30 is where you would not like to hit. Now, my problem with this is this pays less than half, right? And if you're down in the trenches and you get down in some progressions, I happen to always feel like when I play this, I keep hitting the 25 through 30 and and recovery becomes a bear. But the flip side is you hit these 3 streets or 0-2 and you're doing pretty well. Okay, you're doing pretty well. And to recover big time. I believe 34 through 36, if you hit this, pays out 27 units. I'll have to do it. I'll give you the unit breakdown and the profits tomorrow, but we'll play this in depth. I just wanted you to see it because we're covering the 0. That's why we're going to play this again today, but we're running out of time. I think we're definitely going to just go one strategy. I'm going to show you a new strategy every day. See how well we can do it with bigger numbers. See how well we can get up towards $1,000. We did pretty good on Scouser. We did pretty good there. All right. It paid us out 360. Our bet was 320. So we only made 4 units here. Like I said, these right here, 1 through 18 pays 7 units. And this, I'm pretty sure I haven't done the math right here, pays 27, like I said. Okay. We're going to do this final one. We're at 16 minutes. We're going to kick into overdrive here in a second. We don't have a lot of time. We're going to try to get up and see if we can't get our $1,000, which means because we only have $256-ish, we're going to have to make some big bets. And when I say big bets, I'm talking like probably $500 units for the first one, and then we'll bring it down. All right. But man, Lindsay has been, for us, she has always wrecked me. So on the bigger bets. So let's see if Lindsay cannot wreck me today. And let us have some. Let me pull this graph over so you can see what we're winning over here. So this is the 10 cents to $50,000 stake table. This is pretty much the only one I play. If I want to play lower coverage systems and I want to save them, I go over to the iconic 21 table, which is another table here. You can go to the lobby. That only lets you save up to 27 numbers. So they do a coverage limit, and the minimum bet is up higher at $1 instead of 10 cents. And then the maximum on the table is only 1,000. All right, there we go. So we got that. So we're at $756. We're going to bring this down because she came within one of whack. I thought she was going to hit that one and was going to indeed whack us. All right, we're going to go up to $100 bet. The nice thing about cruising in with a big bet like 500 and then pulling down is right now, even if we lost this bet, we made that much with the previous bet. So I like kind of doing that. Kind of like when we played Twister yesterday, where you kind of do your big bets initially and then you pull them all the way down and you play with your profit only that much. Whew, that 36 was right there. All right, we're going to win a couple more of these. Now, if I had more time, we're at 18 minutes, so I'm trying to hurry this up. If I had more time, I would actually pull these all the way down to $25 units. That would give us quite a few whacks since we had that 500. That would give us about one whack plus another martingale plus a little bit of another. We would go into hold, but we would have 500 in our pocket, and we'd be making $25 units. We'd be making $25 every pop. So for those of you that are new, this is 5 double streets. We're covering 30 numbers. Each one of these 6 numbers, where you have a chip on it, is called a line or a double street. And we put 5 units down total, 1 unit on each double street, and it returns 1 unit. So we're putting 500 down in this case to win a profit of $100. We are at 956. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to pull this all the way down to $25 units. We're at 19 minutes and 36 seconds. Let's see if I can get this. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to double this up to $50. We get this, we hit our 1,000, and we're just within our 20-minute range. So let's see if we can do this here. Lindsay's been real good to us today so far. Let's see. Let's see if we can avoid the final spin curse. Make sure you're wearing green today, folks. It's St. Patrick's. By the time you guys see this, it'll be the day after St. Patrick's. So by the time you watch this, don't worry about it. All right. Oh my gosh, she would not let us win the final bet. I knew it. Final bet curse. And like I said, Lindsay rarely does well for us, but let's see if we can make it up. We're going to 3x our bet. And if we win this twice, not only will we recover, we'll get the $50 that we very sorely need. All right, we lose this one. We go in the hole basically by $45. So not terrible. But if we go in the hole today, we're going to call it because we're going to cap this at 20 minutes, 22 minutes is what we're coming on. All on Red told me I was being too literal, but he said nothing more than 22 minutes. So I'm trying to stay there. Oh my gosh, I thought she was going to hit that 0. You know what? I forgot it was St. Patrick's Day, so we're going to cover that again, and we are going to put $5 there just to cover the 0, because I said we were going to be covering the green today, every day, all day. We're going to be covering the green. I got my cat looking out through the window. She can't make up her mind. She wants out. Then she comes around to my office window and she's like, I want in. So she's going to have to wait. All right, let's see if we can get this. It'd be nice if we get this. We're at almost 25 minutes. Come on. There we go. We got it. So we got up to our $1,006 is what this should pull us up to. 1,006, 1,001. Close enough. All right, that's it. We hit our $1,000 thing in right around 25 minutes. I was hoping it was 21 minutes. But we hit it in about 25 minutes. That's it. Tomorrow, I will show you the other strategy from David, Moneymaker, and we'll see if we can get up to how close we can get up to 1,000 with that. And whatever we don't get, we will shore up with 9 streets or 5 double streets. Methinks tomorrow we'll hit 9 streets to shore that up. All right. Be good humans. I hope you guys have a great day today, a great week ahead. And I'll see you guys next time, us against the casino. Cheers.